Want to learn how to play the guitar? Welcome to Guitar Chords Info Stream. I believe you've come to a good channel and you've chosen the right video. This is the video that you start out with, the welcome video. So, welcome. I'd like to talk a little bit at first about what you need to get started. And two things that you need to get started. One is obviously a guitar and the other is a pick. Now, a couple of things you want to look for in your guitar, if you already have one, is of course you want to have all 6 strings on the guitar, and you want it to be in reasonably good repair, and you don't want to have a lot of cracks in the body of the guitar. Now say if you have a little crack or something but it still makes a sound when you strum the strings, then that's probably okay. And one thing you really want to be careful about is the part where the neck attaches to the body. You want to have a good connection between the neck and the body. Otherwise, the guitar is going to be really hard on your fingers, because if the neck is kind of bowed a little bit and slants forward this way, the strings are going to set too high up off the fretboard and it'll kill your fingers. I'd like to tell you that I've got like these 6 easy and simple steps to learn to get the guitar, or learn the guitar overnight if you just do this, or if you drink this and go to sleep, the next day you wake up, you'll be able to play the guitar. We've all seen the outrageous claims. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work that way. If anything, learning to play the guitar will be thousands of small steps. So I'm going to ration the information out as you need it and try to make the steps as small and painless as possible, and try to provide the smoothest transition from one phase of learning to another. And another thing you want to look out for with your guitar is you want these tuning keys. You want them to be in good repair so they turn. That's how we get our guitars in tune. And that's something that I'll start to talk about in the next phase. And the reason I'm bringing all of this commentary up about the shape of the guitar is because I would be willing to bet that some of you are learning to play on a guitar that's just been sitting around for a long time, or maybe someone else gave you a guitar that they bought a long time ago and never learned how to play, and that kind of thing. I know that's basically the kind of guitar that I started out on. And another thing that you need to get started is the pick. Picks, they come in various sizes and various gauges of thickness. As for the size of the pick, you could probably find picks as small as the batteries that go in some of your electronic devices, or as large as a tortilla chip. I would say as a beginner, the best way to go would be medium-sized pick, one about this size. And the other main quality that you want to look for in a pick is the gauge of thickness. Picks come in 3 basic gauges of thickness. Those are thin, medium, and heavy. I would prefer medium myself. Some beginners prefer thin picks because they're easier to use, but I really believe that a medium pick would be better, because eventually, in order to do some more advanced things, you would really have to go to at least a medium gauge pick. As a matter of fact, some of the best players that I know use medium gauge picks, or if not heavy gauge picks. The thin picks, they'll be good for a while, but you could start out with a thin gauge pick if you need to. And one other thing I'd like to talk about is if you don't already have a guitar. If you don't already have a guitar, I would not suggest spending a lot of money on a guitar to learn on, because unfortunately the guitar has a excuse me, it has a high washout rate. Hopefully that won't be the case on this channel, but I would hate for someone to spend a lot of money on a top-of-the-line guitar and then give up after 3 or 4 weeks, because I'll be honest with you, the guitar is really not an easy instrument to play. So your beginner guitar, it doesn't really have to be it doesn't really have to be a top-of-the-line guitar, but it doesn't have to be like total junk either. So just any good modest price guitar to learn on would be fine. I'll say don't go for total junk, but don't go for top-of-the-line guitar right offhand anyway. Right offhand anyway. That's what I meant to say. So, of course, later on, as you progress on the guitar and you feel like you're learning and you're actually enjoying playing the guitar when you pick it up, and feel like you're actually playing the guitar as opposed to just learning and taking lessons, then you may want to consider spending more money on a better guitar. But just another thing that I want to talk about is the fingertips. When you start playing your chords on the guitar, it's going to be really tough on the fingertips at first. It's going to hurt. I'm not going to lie to you. But I would definitely encourage you to stick with it, because learning how to play the guitar is definitely worth the effort. So if you feel pain on your fingertips, that's perfectly normal. It happens to all of us as we learn to play the guitar. So now, it's one more thing that I want to talk to you about, and that is how the information is laid out on this channel. First, of course, is the welcome video, which you're watching now. And after that is a 6-video series called Tuning Up, where I'll give you tips for how to tune the guitar and hold the pick in the guitar and other basic things in order to get you set up to start learning your chords. And then after that is Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, etc. Phase 1, I'll start you out with a very basic chord, and then Phase 2, we'll start learning a little bit more challenging chords, and then so on and so forth. And that's essentially how we'll progress. And of course, once you get to where you can make chords and change them, we'll get into playing, we'll get into picking one string at a time and those kind of things. So really, playing the guitar requires a lot of information, and just the sheer amount of information that's needed can be a bit overwhelming. That's why I'll be here step by step with you and advising you on where to go after each. Well, I'll be advising you one step at a time, and I'll ration the information out only as it's needed. I won't give you a bunch of unnecessary information at first. So, once again, welcome to Guitar Chords Info Stream. The next step after this is to go to the Tuning Up series and start learning how to tune the guitar. I look forward to seeing you there. By the way, please, if you would, like, comment, and subscribe so other people who want to learn how to play the guitar will find these videos as well.